Good morning. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Welcome to another time here. Welcome to another time at the upper room, another opportunity and privilege to pray. Thanks for coming. We've been leading ourselves with a study through the book of Proverbs, and we're presently studying in Proverbs chapter 10, verse 1, and looking at the importance of parenting. That's what we've been looking at for some time now, and we're trying to round that down today, tomorrow. We've looked at it from different angles. I'm just going to look at my notes here as I try to close this out. You know, uh, we looked at 10:1. We've looked at Proverbs 22:6. We've looked at the importance of train up, saying parenting is an active process, and it's about and the curriculum is about getting our child to go in the way our child should go, right? And it involves understanding ourselves. Going back to Sun Tzu's quote that if you want to win a war or you want to win in a task, you need to know yourself and you need to know the person you're dealing with. So we've talked about the focus on our child because our child is a focus of parenting, but we are the one doing it. So we need to understand our limiters also and how to overcome our limiters. For me, example, one of my limiters is that all that I'm talking about is not, in the active process is not what I got from my parents. In the passive process, yes, they modeled for me a life to live, you know, but for them and as most old people, they feel that is enough, right? But in reality, to get the fullness of the intent of parenting, it's not enough. There's both the passive process of parenting, whereby we show and lead the example for our children to follow. There's also an active process where we engage them. We engage them. We engage them. We talk to them. We show them not just that they should be satisfied with what we provide, but that we truly love them. We affirm them. We show them that they are seen, they are understood, they are heard. Right? They're heard. It's not that whole thing of children are supposed to be seen, not heard. You must hear your children, otherwise you lose them. So we show them that they are loved. So it's both the active and the passive process. I come from a place where my parents were more on the passive, not on the active process. I didn't really have time at having small talk with my father or my mother. My mother did some engagement, but we can do more. So that's one of my limiters. It's not an example. I don't have an example that I experienced to pass on, you know, but that is also not an excuse. It's my limiter, but not an excuse. It just means that I have to do more work. It's not a natural flow. I have to make myself do it, based on what I know, not depend on how I feel. It's a limiter, but it's a limiter that can and must be overcome. So you need to know your limiters. You need to I know the things that know your strengths in the area of parenting, your limiters, so you can overcome them. So parenting involves knowing myself, as much as it is knowing my child, but it's all about the child. It's knowing myself to be able to help the child. It's knowing the child to be able to help the child, right? So we'll learn to shift from frustration to understanding. Parenting, we don't allow what we see or temporary, struggles of a child, or temporarily our child not fitting the picture that we have to frustrate us. Everything that we see in a child is information, is communication. Every tantrum that we see in our child is communication. We should not allow ourselves to be frustrated, but to understand what is being communicated. We talked about that our child is communicating in different ways, both verbal, non-verbal, right? Written, non-written, but their behavior is a communication. They are trying to say something, and maybe they don't have the words for it. So we should not allow ourselves to be frustrated by what we see, but to interpret what we see in a way that will help our child, in a way that we can provide the support, the help, the reply, the response that they need. Right? It's not about us reacting to every little what they do. It's about us responding. right? Don't forget again, we'll say it is about the child. So if you are going to parental right, you must never, capital never allow yourself to be frustrated. Everything that you see that will have frustrated you, it's an information for you to decode so you know what kind of a response to give to your child.